Hi, welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny,
JD
and Kat.
So, Vampire Diaries, Season 4, Episode 5,
Okay.
The Killer.
That's ominous.
Who are we referring to?
Could be anyone.
Anyone?
Yeah, literally could be
Anyone left in there?
Yeah. Okay. So, please remember to like, comment and subscribe in the comments. If you were to be killed by a character in the Vampire Diaries, who would you want to do it? I feel like Damon would be pretty quick with it.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, maybe Damon, because it'd be over pretty quickly, wouldn't it?
When you say be killed, do I have the option of coming back? Because, like, can I have a little veto if I will be either be wearing a little magical ring, or if I am a vampire and they kill me, it's only temporary. Okay. You know, it's like snap the neck. You're like, but you should be waiting 10 minutes.
I just said with Damon it would be quick unless you're Mason. So, do you know what? Elijah. Because if it was Elijah, then I'd be like, I probably deserved it.
Yeah, true story. Yeah.
I don't really mind as long as I get an option to come back. So if I'm wearing a magical ring, hopefully it doesn't take away a little boost from my psychosis. Or if I'm a vampire and they kill me, that's fine because I'll come back in 10 minutes.
I feel like Klaus would drag it out. You'd be fearful, whereas
Yeah.
with Damon you possibly wouldn't see it coming, so you wouldn't be scared.
Ripper Stefan would probably be the worst one.
Yeah, no, I can't take chances. It'll take my head off because then I can't come back. So I need just to quick neck snap, fine. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, you know, Elijah, I think it'd bring us closer. Oh yeah, that was the thingy that he got stuck in, wasn't it?
That's a
Damon.
Yeah.
In the booby traps.
He's going to be after Jeremy, isn't he? Because Jeremy's also a hunter.
Potential hunter.
Yes, not an actual hunter. What did you call him? A sympathiser.
Can I pay attention? Good. But now, for the first time in a while, there's hope.
I feel hopeless, depressed, angry.
In the world.
Nice callback to the Diaries, isn't it?
For vampires. No matter what Klaus asks, no matter what lies I have to tell, or secrets I have to keep, I'll do it.
So I'm going to write the secret down,
Yeah,
knowing
so
that Damon and other people have gone through my diaries before.
Yeah.
He's not answering his phone, he's not here, which, you know, big deal. We've only got to kill a vampire hunter on the list.
Oh, he's worried.
We didn't tell him, did you?
No, Damon. I didn't tell him that I got high on blood like some crackhead and then dirty dance with you.
I'm glad she sees it for what it is though.
Myself.
Yeah.
And besides,
Well, you can kiss him for pain. And don't just wear it as a bracelet when anybody can just take it off. Maybe then you remember our conversation at the hybrid yesterday.
Our conversation? Are you saying someone compelled me?
Now, who should I text first? Damon Salvatore? His brother Stefan? Tyler Lockwood?
I don't think he knows about Elena.
No,
So
they've
we
covered
take
it so far,
predictions?
haven't they?
Hit him
Connor's strong, but he's not going to be able to take all of us.
I called in the hybrids to help too.
My mom put squad cars blocking the streets. They're saying it's a faulty gas main. We're good to go.
Good. Listen, nobody is going anywhere until I figure out what we're walking into.
Until you figure it out?
So we've been all morning, I'm buying bossy pants.
You really think you can help me start practicing magic again?
Absolutely, I can. Drink your tea.
I got this in Australia.
When will people learn not to take drinks from strange people?
Right?
Bonnie, you know about hypnosis.
Oh,
You're leaving go to work.
You practice witchcraft.
this is riddled with red flags.
Yeah,
Run away, Bonnie,
she's
run
giving
away.
a lot of
You're
trust.
afraid. You just have to confront that fear and that guilt.
But no.
Why is she mirroring him? Is that unintentional or like unconscious? Because you know, he's put his
Probably.
hand up to his ear and so is she. And I'm like, what?
But I just want to say about, you know, the red flags and everything.
Yeah.
But this is how people like that work, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
predators.
They've got exactly what you need, so
Yeah.
you ignore things that
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah.
And he knew Graham's, so she's putting trust in it, but she has no idea what his and Graham's
Yeah.
relationship was, does she? So
Well, how often do you see that, though? If they're a friend of a friend, you automatically give them a bit of a
Yeah.
trust that you wouldn't give.
They've already almost been through like the first round of vetting, even though you haven't seen it.
Someone else
Yeah.
did it for like
Yeah, when really the default should be you should always start your vetting with everyone from ground zero as soon as you've met them.
Oh yeah,
you
but
know?
we all do it. I know that.
Yeah.
You know, if someone said, "Oh, this is my friend," then we'll tell you, "Oh, they're your friend, so they must be okay."
I think it's interesting though, because I don't know, obviously you've watched other reactors react to this and whatnot. I don't know if I think we have I'm not saying we're not young, we are, but we've got a healthy amount of woman cynicism being slightly older women watching this.
Yeah.
Rather than maybe teenage girls watching this. I wonder if they would pick up on that. They are making it fairly obvious for the scene, I think.
But then
the
we already know that
subtleties-
he's not good from what
Yeah,
we know.
yeah.
So would we view it that way if
I would.
we didn't?
I would, but I'm very pessimistic and naturally
Also,
suspicious.
you
Don't
say
trust
that,
anyone.
But how did we all meet? Because someone said this person's okay, and we went, oh yeah, cool.
I've known you for enough fucking
Yeah,
years
no,
now.
But it's the same principle, isn't it? We've gone, oh yeah, she's friends with Erin, so she must be alright. Or, you know, like, you know, she's friends with Kat, so she must be alright. Do you know what I mean?
The jury's still out, okay?
We do the same things.
Yeah.
And
however,
again,
I will say the slightly difference there. When we all met in a group in a public place.
That is true, yeah.
That she's literally in his office. That's a power imbalance. Like he's in a position of authority. Like it's too many red flags.
Weird.
You know what I mean? Whereas if I were to meet someone through a friend of a friend or whatever, it would have been in a public setting. It would not have been one-on-one.
But then I also view this a little bit like culty.
Yes.
In the respect that she needs something. He's got a way to fix that for you. And so, like you say, she'll ignore things that maybe she wouldn't have before because she's desperate.
It's manipulation. Absolutely.
Remove it.
Maybe.
Look, see mirroring in the behaviour.
Naturally.
Would you like to put that earring back on?
Yeah, he just made her take it off.
You better get your hybrids on board with my plan.
Stefan's looking particularly yummy today. I'm just going to say that shirt suits him.
But also he's had a slight attitude adjustment, which makes him a lot more attractive.
And he's stepped up into leader role today.
Yeah, the
authority.
Him a lot more attractive than his wimpiness, you know.
How many hostages? 3. Elena, it's Matt. And April Young.
What?
Those two idiots, like danger magnets.
We have to get them out of there.
I just,
Stop treating me like I can't handle myself. Lark trained me, and I've been practicing with Stefan.
So what? Now you're gonna take on a professional killer? Bang, you're dead. Now what?
Headshot's no good. It has to be the heart.
So Stefan doesn't appear now.
Be like me.
Feel the sexual tension with those two.
You said we had a conversation.
Oh, it was because Damon compelled him, didn't he?
About what? We'll get into that.
No, Klaus did.
Oh, that was it.
Or Stefan.
It was in the room after he did the drawing.
Yeah.
Right.
He compelled him to forget everything because he doesn't want anyone knowing about the cure.
Right.
And all of that.
Right. So he doesn't know that he's had a conversation with this dude before now and that he is a potential hunter?
He knows that.
Okay.
He just doesn't know that he went to Klaus's house and did the drawing and had all of that
Right.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I also was literally thinking it a minute ago in the other scene as well. I was like, oh yeah, where's Tyler? And then he was there.
Yeah.
So, because I think in the last episode, we may not have had anything from Tyler and Bonnie. And again, it's like that thing where they just drop out and they're not acknowledged in the episode, so I don't know where they are.
Possibly, but the last episode was more about learning about the 5. And
Oh, I
the
understand
history,
why.
so-
I understand
yeah.
why, for sure. But that was why when it came to now, I was like, because Tyler, once Klaus was out of his body, where's Tyler been? And then, yeah.
He's got a friend at his house, remember? Hayley.
Yes.
Hayley.
So, yeah, so we still don't...
And he's under the protection of the other hybrids.
Right, that's it, okay. But we still don't... Nobody knows about Hayley.
Also, this guy saying...
Caroline,
Klaus
sorry.
knows.
Caroline,
Klaus knows.
right. Caroline doesn't know that,
Caroline
okay.
doesn't know. But also him saying, oh, get some vervain that it can't be removed, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to help against the originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the vervain grew around the tree.
You still can't be compelled even by an original. That's
Oh,
why
I thought
Damon
they-
and Stefan now sip
Oh,
vervain.
I see. I thought, okay, right.
And why is Klaus involved, Stefan?
You know,
Stop being paranoid, Damon.
Start telling the truth, Stefan. Why is Klaus involved? Screw your plan. I'll kill Connor myself.
Stefan!
Oh dear Lord.
Do you think it says a lot though that Damon's like, something's going on with you?
Yeah,
he's very
Damon
smart.
knows, he's not wrong.
But also their friction between them is clearly not just about this issue.
Who are you?
Who the hell are you?
Caroline.
Oh, you're Tyler's girl. Told me about you. I'm Haley.
I know all of Ty's buddies, and I haven't heard about you, so how about we cut the crap?
Yeah, I don't do teen drama. Take it up with Ty. Excuse me.
I kind of love and hate that.
Stay out of this, Haley.
I do happen to know your little secret about your time in Appalachia.
What was your friend's name?
Haley, was it? Probably prefer I kept that to myself. I'm
So
sorry.
she can hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Should I just...
I'm fine. Getting out of here.
What is that?
There used to be an exit to the old wine cellar.
Oh.
Now I'm screwed.
Gotta try.
Yeah, he's a good guy to have in a tough spot. Oh. Hey. Oh.
Oh.
Ew.
That's one way of removing the heart.
Nasty.
Stefan?
Oh.
Oh.
You took your ring? Why would you do that?
He's either made a deal with Klaus or he's compelled. Then you need to be smart. He doesn't know you're a vampire. You get as close as you can. Kill him.
I will shoot the boy right in front of her. On the count of 3. 1.
He's wearing his ring, right? Would that be a supernatural death or not?
Yeah, it's with a hunter.
If he has some vampire blood, he'll
Yeah.
right, okay. Elena needs to get angry.
Stefan took him.
Ah. I didn't quite get that for a second. It happened so fast. I was like, what's she looking for?
Good work, brother. It's over, Damon. I have him.
For what I just went through, I had to punch through a boiler room basement into a septic tank to get into this stupid tunnel.
Nasty.
But it'll be worth it. Run as fast as you can. You're not gonna kill him.
Spill it.
Spill it! Connor's tattoo is the key to a cure. A cure for what? For her. For Elena. I know it's crazy, David, but it's hope. Do you understand me?
I mean, I know he's in pain right now, but don't you feel like he gave that up a bit easy?
I don't feel I can say because I don't know what it'd be feel like to have someone's hand
Does
around
he?
my heart.
I just mean like he knows Damon's not going to kill him. I mean, obviously, I say he's in pain, but we've seen him be through pain before and manage.
Ooh!
So worried about your brother.
No.
You're the biggest monster he'll ever meet.
You missed.
She just killed her own cure.
That's her first kill, isn't it?
That's why you don't lie.
This isn't working. It's not you. I can't get into hypnosis.
Bonnie, what do you think we've been doing for 7 hours? I bet that you can light this candle as easily as I can sign my name.
It's so torn, isn't it? Because like on the one hand I love that he can help her.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I'm like, we know it's not, I don't know, it's not completely selfless. We're like, what's in this for you? It's all tainted. Do you know what I mean? But I do want her to have that help. But yeah. Exactly.
And this, Elena here, is a very visual representation of why you shouldn't lie, because now she's killed someone who was the key to her no longer being a vampire, which is the issue at the moment. They'd actually just told her the truth in the first place when we were in this situation, would we?
No. We'll finish the episode and then we'll do a deep dive into...
Why you shouldn't lie.
Are they going to tell her? They don't have to.
John! You said that I could trust you, Stefan.
Elena, it's complicated.
No, it's not complicated, Damon. You told me to kill him. So I did.
I can't believe Dean's gone. We could have saved him.
Oh, damn.
I apologize. Am I intruding?
Caroline, it's not like that. Haley was there for me. She helped me get through it, but nothing else happened.
Then why would Klaus think that?
Because I'd rather him think that than know the truth. If Klaus found out about what we're trying to do, he'd kill us all.
I suppose that makes sense.
Again, shouldn't lie.
It was a gas leak. You heard about that?
Yeah, and we had to stop by Tyler Laughlin's house because we had to see Caroline. We talked to her for a little bit, but now I was thinking maybe we could all go get some coffee.
They compelled her to forget.
Yeah.
That's why they went to see Caroline.
I need to get home anyway, so I'm feeling a little over it today. I should probably get home too.
Oh. Alright, then.
She's so sweet.
Bless her though, she don't have any friends. Like she wants to spend time with
So
people.
she's looking for Rebecca.
Did you drop this?
Oh, that's not mine. Thanks, but...
I like it. Alright, looks good on you. You should wear it.
Okay.
Oh. I mean, if they worked in a grill near where I'd live, I'd be going there. You know what I mean? There's some 2 hot bartenders. Ooh. Oh, he's taken it because the other one died. He's inherited it from Connor.
Yeah.
Thanks for not saying anything to Elena.
About what? A cure that we don't have, can't find, and probably doesn't exist. You're welcome.
She doesn't need to know that she killed her chance of being human again.
It's not gone
Except
though.
it's the Brotherhood of the Five, which means
If Jeremy's the hunter,
gonna keep looking until
it's not gone. The map will be on Jeremy.
But he has to kill people
I'd
to
be
get it.
doing a suicide mission with you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I know
Go
that
back
you're
a
waiting
little
for
bit,
this.
But he has to kill people to get more of the map.
Yeah.
So no, it's not gone, but that's not helpful.
Yeah. It's not. It's like how they're going to find that loophole or what. But yeah.
I went back a little bit.
Sorry. But yeah,
That's right.
if he's inherited that from Connor, then Jeremy is now the chance for the cure. Because Jeremy will be the one with the map. So. Oh, fuck. It means Klaus is going to want Jeremy. Jesus.
You want to cure her because she's a vampire and she's not cut out to be, or you can't love her if she is one?
I always loved her. But she's not supposed to be this person. I don't want her to be.
I'm fine with her either way, brother. So I do this, do it for you.
That doesn't make sense.
The killer.
Good episode. Yeah, so it's her. Well,
I find this a weird reaction from Elena.
Which bit?
The fact that she killed him, right? She didn't kill an innocent, she killed someone that was trying to kill everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Also, she's been gearing up for 4 seasons to kill someone because she's been practicing to defend herself. So,
yeah.
would it have been this reaction if she was human and killed a vampire?
I'd say no,
And she
because I
stood
think
by
her
and watched
empathy.
while other people have killed people.
I think her empathy is personified now that she's a vampire. And that's what Stefan was afraid of, was that she wasn't going to be able to live with. The only way that she could live with it is if she turns off her humanity. But her humanity as Elena is so personified. That's why it's almost an irrational reaction to what...
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's quite a logical... It wasn't a cold kill that, you know...
No, you didn't go out and murder some college person.
It was kind of self-defense as well, and
Yeah.
But it's because I think she's still figuring out that balance of her personified humanity.
I think Elena's thing has always been to try and find another way, in comparison to Damon's, who is let's kill them before they're a problem at all.
Yeah.
But so she's always been if there's another option, we should take it. And she hasn't done it herself. The killings have always been someone else doing it.
Yeah.
And even though it's, yes, self-defense and defending everybody else, in her guilt, she's probably thinking, but he was on his knees in front of me. I had him. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I could have knocked him out.
There was a power imbalance there, rather than in a fair fight kind of thing.
Even though I think, yes, she had to do it. She, you know, the guilt isn't a logical emotional reaction, is it?
No.
People feel guilt over things that they know logically they shouldn't.
Yeah. True.
And like I say, everything's heightened. And, you know, the one thing they were trying to avoid was her killing anyone.
Yeah. But in a way, just as a counter argument, was that building up to not like, I'm trying not to talk about taking lives as if it's so flippant, but when you haven't done something and then you keep it that way and you maintain it so strongly, it's almost putting this thing that she's never done up on a pedestal, and it's almost making the pressure of her doing it, whether she does or doesn't, even worse, or rather than in a way kind of ripping a band-aid off, or having a kill in a scenario that hopefully she can come to a point where she can live with it. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like by not doing it, does it make it a bigger deal when she does eventually do it?
Yeah.
So in that respect, I feel a little bit like Damon of being like, oh, just let her do it, you know, because then, the sooner she does it, but I agree that because she, and this is, I think, what the point was trying to say to Connor, is they're not killing machines. They, you know, they still are people when they turn into vampires. So we know that she would have only killed someone had she had no other choice, which is pretty much almost 90% of that situation.
Yes, but the thing about vampires is it's that loss of control, because Caroline did it early on. You know, it's...
Yeah.
And I think for her, it's knowing that she now has the potential to do that.
But of course she does. She is a predator. Yeah. She needs to come, in a certain element, that she needs to come to being comfortable with the fact that you're a fucking predator, mate. If you want to be, you are lethal.
But that's been her whole season 4 so far, isn't it? Her trying to find a way of coming to terms with it and still being herself.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? But by not doing it, is it almost making it a bigger thing rather than... But like I said, not to talk about taking lives so flippantly.
So it's something we should all just get over with in our lives.
Just go kill some people. Like, no, kill the bad ones. Kill other predators in a way. And for the most part, I would say that was almost a situation where she had no choice. Obviously, we always have a little bit of choice, but for the most part, I'd say 90% it was her conscience could be clear on that.
So what do you think, as we're on Elena, the ending?
Was that magic, or is she being haunted by something, or is that just a hallucination because her own conscience, her own guilt is to that extent? Who knows? Or is she being haunted by Connor? Fuck knows. He's come back, and but I knew it wasn't real as soon as it's either like blood dripped on her diary. It was either going to be from her or from something above her, and then there wasn't. It was behind her. I was like, well, that's not real. Yeah, because that's going to be magic.
It's not how gravity works.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not based in reality. So I was like, this is a hallucination or is it a haunting? I don't know.
Now, should we talk about Stefan? Stefan had a lot going on in this episode.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I agree with where you were saying. You're like, nice blue shirt, but again, that leader vibe, that taking control, was quite quite sexy look from Stefan. However, the leader role to the point where you are not letting others in on vital information so that mistakes are not made.
Yeah.
That was stupid. And kind of selfish. But he was being held over a barrel, wasn't he? Klaus being threatening to kill everyone.
And I do understand Klaus's logic of the less people that know, the better.
But again, that's self-serving though. He's just greedy.
The more people that know, the more chance of the word getting out. He is being greedy, but that also works for Stefan because it's for Elena. Yeah. So they have a shared goal here.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because even though if it's for Elena, why doesn't... I see it both ways. It's like on the one side, he didn't want to tell Elena and Damon because it puts them at risk of Klaus killing them to keep the knowledge. But then at the same time, why doesn't Stefan trust his own circle of trust? He could have told them, knowing that they would keep it between them.
He didn't tell Damon
Stefan
because
doesn't have trust.
he said...
The cat knocking the camera.
Didn't he say Damon wouldn't care? So Damon won't care. So Damon's main goal will not be to get the...
It was to kill Connor, not keep him alive.
Damon's main goal will be to kill Connor, not to get the cure.
Yeah.
Whereas... Yeah.
Although, I would say I can see some logic in that idea. The cure would be great if we're all alive to get it.
Yeah.
Connor is a threat.
Yeah.
And unless they can neutralise the threat in a way that, again, if you told him the truth, he might be on board with it. Okay, I'll only kill him if I have to.
Yeah.
But if we can neutralise him.
Yeah.
Does Stefan not know that Jeremy can see the tattoo?
Stefan knows because he was there with Klaus.
So him saying that I'm going to find another hunter, he already knows who it is.
Well, no, they said Jeremy's a potential.
Yeah, so...
But it doesn't mean...
I don't think Stefan knew that when Connor died it would skip to Jeremy.
No, obviously, but where he was saying, like, blah, would he not go and speak to Jeremy?
Maybe he will at some point. Maybe he will say, you're the only one who can see
bit...
it, so I need your help.
Yeah. It's just been a bit quick, I suppose.
But it's a difficult one with Stefan's lies, because for Stefan, who is often about honesty and openness, we have seen him lie before. And he's very good at it, except for with Damon.
Yeah, Damon knew straight away.
But do you know why I think that is? When you've grown up with someone, you learn as a kid when they're lying.
You know that, yeah.
You know.
Tell. Yeah. That's one of those episodes. And again, I like it because it's a true reflection on people. Because I can see it from both sides. Why they did that and why they did that. And there was no black and white. It was all shades of grey. And so you're like, oh.
You can see why everyone did what they did based on the information they had.
Yeah. Yeah. And the... what they were trying to achieve, their objective, which they thought was greater good. So I can see it. It's just, you know, obviously as a couch commentator, you're like, this is all a mess. So
also, it wouldn't have been much of an episode if he'd have just told Damon to start with.
Yeah, literally. So this is where we are. Excellent. We've got a plan. Let's execute it. Job done. Everything went to plan. That would have been a pretty boring episode. Yeah. So that's not where the drama comes in, is it? The drama is by all these different moving parts.
I just find it really interesting, the whole when Stefan is lying and Damon can sense it, and he's calling out certain things like, well, how do you know he has, well, why would we think he has werewolf, and why is Klaus involved, like what to the point that Stefan realises, I've got to tell him, or I've got to neutralise Damon for now.
Put him out,
because
he knows too much.
I can't.
He's working out that things are weird.
Yeah. And of course we saw Elena. She's always been protect Jeremy, obviously, but we saw her much more. I think it's the vampirism, the frantic kind of desperation.
That's what she has. Yeah, it's sad that the humans keep getting in the middle as the leverage.
I feel like we now have a new victim. So like, it always used to be like, oh, poor Caroline. And it was like, oh, poor Max, he doesn't know anything. And now we've got, oh, poor April, because she doesn't know anything. And then they've just taken her over to see Caroline.
She's very sweet, isn't
and then we went off to see Caroline. And Jeremy's like,
Well, when you remember as well, she walked into the grill to say, has anyone seen Rebecca? Because she was going to help me, and she's disappeared.
Gosh.
But it was just that little like, oh, and then we went to see Caroline, and Jeremy's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it's nice that he gave her that bracelet, the Vervain bracelet.
Yeah.
I also love that Matt knows the power he has as a hunk.
I was like, it's interesting to see men doing that rather than women doing that. Because usually women being like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But the boys were a bit like, oh, no, I definitely think you should wear that. It's so good.
And it's her little like look at Matt when he says it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah,
Oh, God.
So cute.
So if she wears that bracelet, can she not be compelled again?
No.
Okay. So they're going to... Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So it's interesting that they gave it to her to protect her from vampires, but at the same time, it will remove the possibility of her being compelled to forget.
But I think you've got to remember that in this episode, Jeremy finds out that
he's been compelled against his will and he didn't like it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
what I
it's
mean.
like,
It's all...
I'm in
so
the
he's the one
know.
giving it to her.
And almost a bit of, because I don't really know what happened, was I compelled by someone I trust?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it
You
Stefan
feel
or Damon?
violated,
Was it
I can
Caroline?
imagine.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he's looking at April as a way of, she shouldn't have to do this either.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Klaus, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think it just...
Interesting.
And do you know what? Again, you could say pushing Jeremy towards Connor. In fact, you're proving what he's saying.
Yeah.
I also
They're your friends, but they've compelled you again.
I also quite like seeing the other side of it, because like where we've seen people be compelled and then that's it, job done, full stop, never comes back again. But now we're seeing someone who's been compelled and has the gap, and then they're now putting two and two together later and they're going, hang on a minute, that's interesting, because I don't think we've seen that up till now, because it's almost been like, compulsion gets rid of everything, nice, job done. But actually now it's kind of, no, the compulsion is coming back to bite you, because, no pun intended, because it's that person working out they had a gap or something.
Yeah. It's because Connor said something to him.
Yeah, Connor was like, don't you remember our chat? Don't you remember our conversation? And he was like, what?
And he's like, hold on a minute, which obviously doesn't usually happen, because if they compel someone, everyone's in on it.
Yeah.
So they don't then go yapping about it.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see the other side of that.
Yeah. We saw Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie.
Okay.
Been able to do a bit of magic there.
I feel like creepy professor. I feel like he's English. I don't know why. I don't know if the actor is English. I feel like he's... English people make really great villains, but I actually feel like he would have been better with an English accent. But yeah, creepy professor, what can I say? We're seeing red flags, but...
Poor Bonnie, I feel like she just gets sucked in all the time.
Yeah.
By the wrong people.
But I will reserve the right to be like, you can be an asshole, and I don't know where it's going to go, but if he can help her unlock some magic fucking major boost of power that she didn't know she had, then that would be pretty awesome. Because every time we want Bonnie to have someone to help her grow, they're kind of taken away. You remember her second cousin that showed up for a bit and then went, and grounds were... So I really want someone to... She did have a little boost of that when with the spirits, and then, you know, now they're not, you know... Yeah, so I really want someone to be able to give her that time that she deserves to progress.
Say, and I think this is what I want for Bonnie, is that he says about her own power.
Yeah.
Almost like she, very early on in her witchiness, has gone into vampire stuff and this stuff with the spirits. It's like...
And that her power comes from her lineage, and without that, she has nothing on her own.
Yeah, and it's almost like that power that she has within.
Yeah. Yeah,
is what she
on
needs
stand
to,
on OTV, and that's what she has to tap into. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm so torn, because I want that for her, and if he is the one that's going to give that to her, then great. But at the same time, I'm like, you red flags, dude. I don't like you.
Yeah, I have to admit, you're watching it going, oh my god, if I was in a room with a guy and then I realise I've been there 7 hours and have no memory of it, oh my god.
What could have happened? Yes,
oh my
what
god.
could have happened? It's creepy, yeah.
Also, we saw Caroline meet Hayley.
Oh yeah.
Now I said there's a bit there that I love and hate. When Hayley says to her, I don't do team drama, take it up with Ty.
Yeah.
What I love about that is her basically saying, I have no issue with you. I'm not going to into some argument with someone I don't even know.
Yeah.
Your issues between you and him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get
Which is
involved.
fair, because it should have been
fair.
on Tyler to communicate with Caroline.
Haley hasn't actually done anything wrong.
That's what I
No.
love about that.
No.
But what I don't like about that is some of the attitude with it.
Yeah.
You could have got that message across.
And empathetically,
Yeah.
you could have understood where Caroline was.
Yeah.
So you could have been like, oh, shit, I'm so... What fucking
She
dick?
could have
He should have
easily
told you. I'm
just
sorry.
gone-
Like, I'm Haley, blah, blah, blah.
I have no issue with you. I don't want any drama. It's not what you think.
Yeah.
But you need to talk to Tyler about
Yeah,
this.
but she could have
yeah.
introduced herself a bit nicer and been like, "Oh shit, Tyler's being a dick. He should have introduced us or told you, but I'll do it." You know, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, so like Tyler's been a dick, but also I think she made that situation because she didn't correct it.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. She
didn't
had the
correct assumption.
opportunity.
She allowed that to continue and be like.
And I appreciate that she doesn't owe that to Caroline, but
But
it
come
says a
on.
lot about
Yeah.
who she is. Although, on the flip side, what was her name? Haley. I was going to say Hannah. We don't know who Haley is and what she's been through, so she might be kind of tough as nails and kind of guarded, as it were, because we don't know what she's been through in her life. But yeah, you would have hoped that she could have shown Caroline a little bit of warmth. Not that she owed it to Caroline, but just if that was who Haley was.
But
to
let's not forget that
Caroline
Caroline did
into
an
it.
immediate arms folded, well, I haven't heard about you.
That's
It
because
was-
there's
it was
a woman
one-
staying in
it was
her
quite-
boyfriend's house.
I know, but it was quite an aggressive stance.
Mm-hmm.
So that can also, I mean, I'm not saying right or wrong either way, but that could also play into why Haley's reaction is a bit like...
But if I was Haley and putting two and two together, because she knows about Caroline,
Yeah.
that would have me been like, fuck, he hasn't told her. She doesn't know about me.
Yeah.
And then you could have actually extinguished that tension by, but she chose not to.
No.
Which, like I say, I get it, because she doesn't owe that to Caroline.
we
but
also
she could
don't
have.
actually know if she's got any feeling for Tyler, so is using that to her advantage.
Oh,
True.
cat. Shit. Yes. Is Haley self-serving? She's like, I'm just going to sit back and let them tear themselves apart.
Like,
I'm
gonna
going to let
make it
Caroline
sound
sit
like
in her
this.
assumptions.
Yeah, I'm
because
going to make
they
it
serve
sound
what
like
I
this
want.
because
The kind of, you can destroy this yourself with your jealousy. I don't actually have to have done
Yes,
anything.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Although it's
The plot
interesting
thickens.
to see when Tyler spoke to Caroline to explain why he's not corrected that.
Yeah. Also, is this just dumb boy being stupid? Because I understand that he will have a closeness with Haley that, in a way, him and Caroline can't understand. She was there through him, releasing the sire bond and everything. However, stupid boy moment. If you have a girlfriend, you don't be standing there with another girl's arms around her. Like, fair enough, you have a hug. I get that. Like, you have a hug. It's sad if someone's died. You step away. But there was some lingering there. You know what I mean? Like, there's body language there that is not okay if you have a significant other.
Yeah.
For which you have not yet told what the situation is. I think that was just Tyler being stupid.
Yeah, but is it any different to some of the behaviours we've seen between Elena and Damon?
Which we have all agreed is not okay if you have a significant other. So that's two wrongs don't make a right.
And obviously Tyler explained
why
he's letting Klaus believe that.
Yeah. And that makes absolute sense. Absolute sense. But again,
I don't
Caroline
get
should
the
have been
impression he
in
was
on that.
lying, but again, it is a TV program. But
Caroline should have been in on that.
yeah, I think he should have told Caroline. So I'll go back to this episode to be called "Why We Shouldn't Lie." And yeah, so I get it, but he should have told. I know he didn't want Klaus to know, but he should have told Caroline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because you've just kind of come across like you don't trust Caroline, which is.
That's what I mean. It's either you don't trust Caroline or it's Tyler having a stupid boy moment and not seeing it from Caroline's perspective of how bad this could be and how insulting this could feel and how it could break your trust that you've built up till now.
Yeah.
You don't want to break that trust. You want to maintain
boys
it.
are stupid. So
That's what I mean. I
But
feel like
if
it's a stupid
you
boy moment.
listen to what Tyler said, he and Haley are working on something there.
Yeah.
So maybe his priority hasn't been Caroline on his relationship.
Interesting. Yes, true. But for Caroline, that's going to piss her off. And she has a right to be pissed off a little bit. Because, I mean, even if that wasn't his priority, how much time does it take to take a few
heads
minutes
up.
out to give
Yeah.
to have that conversation. It didn't need to be big and dramatic and drawn
Yeah.
out. It could have been real quick because it explained itself pretty quick when we had all the pieces of information. So even if she wasn't his priority, she should have been on the list of priorities and near the top. He wasn't taking care of business. So I don't blame her for her reactions.
So, very important conversation between Damon and Stefan towards the end
Yes.
about the cure.
Oh, what?
the
Where
cure
Damon
and
said he
why
didn't
Damon
mind
was doing
either
it.
way.
Well,
He would accept her either way.
Damon first was suggesting that Stefan can't love her this way.
Yeah.
Is it that there's the potential of that her humanity is what he fell in love with about her?
I mean, it could be a big part of it. It's a big part of her personality.
That's what I mean, yeah.
So
without it, which obviously as being a
People
vampire being
change
switched
as
to
well.
a predator, she is no longer as as much like that as she was before.
I think it's interesting that Stefan said she's not supposed to be like this. That makes me feel a bit like she's going to change anyway as she grew up. People do change. What do you mean?
It's a bit triggering, isn't it? You're feminist, fucking misogynistic. You'd be like, what are you saying? What if you were to get married, she got pregnant, she gained weight, what
No, for me, it's like she's not supposed to be like. There's also, for me, there's a bit of a do you have her on a pedestal?
Well, this is what I mean.
And
She cannot change
yeah.
from this the way I want her to
You've
be.
decided
You're like,
how you want
excuse
her to
me.
be.
Yeah, because
Which,
people are going to change.
To be fair, Stefan hasn't given us that indication that that's what he thinks, but
it was just very low. It was a very loaded thing to say, wasn't
yeah.
it? And you're like, I need clarification.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, no, true. I was not surprised at all. I knew Damon's answer was going to be, I accept her either way. Which is really interesting because we're like, at its core, are we saying Damon loves her for who she is and
Do you know what? Actually,
whomever
I was just
she
going to
is?
say that I think their love for her is very different.
Yeah.
And Damon loves her, and it doesn't matter.
Like all aspects of her.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether she's human, vampire,
Yeah.
whatever. Whereas Damon has created
Stefan,
sorry, has created, I think, probably an image of her in his head
that he loves.
He loves.
Yeah.
And then when she deviates from that, he then finds it difficult.
Which is interesting because then the whole premise of this thing, true love, whatever. What's your opinion of what is true love? Because from those very taking out the people, but from those descriptions, Damon's version appears to be what more true love is and what most people would want their partner to think of them is that you will love me, all aspects of me on my bad days and when
I
not.
don't necessarily believe that people should love you if you go out on a murderous spree, to be honest.
It's fair.
Stefan and Damon. They've both done terrible things.
But
they love each other.
I was just about to say, what really pissed me off was when you made me think of when you said, Kat, you just said, oh, I don't think it's a good idea for you to love someone when they want to murder a spree. So she fucking loved Stefan even on his worst day and was hoping that was hoping that he was going to come back to be and she was going to work on seeing if it was still in there. And yet she has not been a vampire but 5 minutes and he's already saying this is not who she's meant to be. That really pisses me off because I'm like, that makes me feel that the way Elena loves Stefan is the same way that Damon described his love for Elena, is that I love him no matter what. Whereas Stefan, I'm not saying he has conditional love, but like Kat said, it's almost like Stefan is saying I have this idea of who she is and I don't like it if she falls outside from that. Whereas Stefan, Elena fucking loves Stefan even when he was being a ripper.
I do wonder though if Stefan's wording, it's about how he said it, not...
That's true, that's true. We need more clarification.
Did he mean this is not who she wants to be?
Yes, we need more clarification on what he meant.
Because everything else he's done would indicate more of a, this is not what she wants, and so I want her to have what she wants.
Yeah.
As for Elena's love for Stefan, she loved him during those Ripper things, but her whole focus was getting him back to being who she wants him to be.
Yeah, that is also true. Yeah.
He, at these points, had never accepted both sides. That's why he was all or nothing. Whereas Damon lives in that comfortable,
fluid,
whatever I want to do.
But you say about the love between the brothers, when we were talking about was someone like born a monster or created, but we haven't seen anything of Damon and Stefan when they were little, but I have no reason to think otherwise that they got along quite well as siblings. Yeah, probably had their disagreements every now and again, but from what we saw before Catherine came on the scene, so they weren't monsters. No. So again, they had a time where they could make that bond. So again, they weren't born monsters.
Yeah.
For the guys, yes, they've obviously had predatory and bad behaviour, and whether they switched off their humanity or whatever after they became vampires, but when they were humans, they seemed to have a very good bond. They weren't like, monsters or bad people.
Yeah.
So I don't think, yeah.
But like you say, if you love someone when they go on a murderous spree, when Elena met Stefan, they built up this bond before he did that.
Yeah.
So you could see why she would still...
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. She loved him even on his worst day. So it kind of pisses me off if he's like, no, I only love her if she's this. But he didn't,
right.
like you said, we need more clarification, but it could be triggering
like
at first.
Said, though, she didn't. Well, she did, but she just wanted to get him back to her idea of him. So I think they both live in a sort of like...
Yeah, there wasn't like I know you're a Ripper now, but let's still be together. And you just do your Ripper stuff over there and I'll pretend I didn't see it.
I think with... almost for her with Damon as well, there's an acceptance of this is who you are. We're not... Damon doesn't pretend to be anybody that he isn't.
Yeah.
So if you love Damon, you love him...
all of him.
As he is, right? He's not putting on a...
Yeah.
Act.
No, that's very
pretending
true.
not to be
So arguably you could say there in that respect that Stefan and Elena's love for each other could be fairly toxic because it's quite conditional.
Mm.
Yeah.
But then you could also say that Damon and Elena's could be toxic because she does ignore or forgive some of his behaviours that she herself says are not okay.
Yeah.
But when it's him...
Yeah. God, this shit's messy.
It's all very toxic.
Yeah. Gosh.
I think it gets toxic anyway when there's two brothers and one girl. It might cause a little bit of a problem. When everybody knows that everybody's in love with each other.
Yeah.
So that was our reaction to The Vampire Diaries Season 4, Episode 5, The Killer. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.